Hey, what's up, guys? You're listening to the It Takes a Village podcast. I'm Ashley, your host. This is where the struggles are real, the callings are heavy, the kids are sticky. We come together because it takes a village, and this is your tribe. Hey, what's up, guys? I am recording this live from New Mexico. My kiddos are out skiing with their dad and their grandma and grandpa. Actually, my kids are in ski school while my husband and his parents are skiing. And then I'm in here with our littlest, who is having a little trouble with altitude. So his tummy's a little upset. He's been kind of fussy, but today seems to be a better day, so maybe we'll be able to get out and about. Anyways, let me get to the topic of the day. I was scrolling through Facebook. I happened to pass by a Gary Vaynerchuk post. It was like a video of him talking to a man who was telling him how grateful he was for his message and all that. And the focus was really on legacy. And I was thinking, you know what? And it was such a unique focus. He was talking about how what a gift all of this information is, because not only can we leave legacies like you think of a legacy of like some big grandeur, like huge recognition, monument. And so I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to ask you guys, like, when you think of legacy, does a legacy have to involve like a big recognition, or could it be little impressions that our children can use to make big waves? And this man, when he was talking to Gary, he was like, man, like, I'm so grateful for you. My family benefits from you because I'm getting so much from you, that my legacy is that they hear all the things that I'm saying, they're seeing what I'm doing, and then they get to live that life. Like, they get to take that knowledge and run with it. They get to do all the things. They get to create the waves because you gave me the gift, you gave me the confidence, you gave me the motivation, whatever. I'm taking it and now I'm instilling it with my family, and now my kids can run with it, right? And so I was like, my mind was blown because um when we think of legacies, it's always something big. And I always thought, like, when I was getting into this podcast and all that, like, what am I going to be able to pass down to my kids, or what can I create to where they could be involved in it, or they could take it over when they get older, or what can I leave behind when I'm not here anymore? And it's like so close you can't even like see it, right? But it's you. Like, you are the legacy. You give your kids the gift of your legacy by being with them and by sharing with them and by talking to them. So I wanted to ask you a few questions to think about in the car ride, wherever you're listening. Is that, do you do what you say you're going to do, right? Because we're talking about this legacy that, like, of all the things that you gain in your lifetime, if you're not doing them, like if you're telling your kids this, great advice you got, or this great quote you saw, or it's something in a book you read, or you're pointing out some sort of life lesson in a movie that you guys are watching together, and then you don't use it yourself and they don't see you use it yourself, like, are they losing that benefit? Like, they're not being able to gain like the vision of seeing you go out and actually do it, so that way they can go actually out and do it. Like, how many times have we been in elementary school or whatever to where it takes somebody to show us, like, oh, that's what it looks like. Like, you can tell me all day how to use an Instant Pot, right? Like, this was a struggle for me, for real. You can tell me all day, like, do this, press the button, turn the lid, put the nozzle, blah, 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 right? And that's what it sounds like, because you're just like, what? Like, what am I supposed to do? How does that look like? How does that apply to like when I'm actually making dinner myself? So how many of you guys have tried to use the Instant Pot and then it clicked once you watched somebody else do it? Like, you YouTubed it, or you saw somebody post a video of it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I get it a little bit better than I did before. So it's like the same thing, is that if your kids aren't seeing you apply things, then they don't really sometimes see how it applies to them, or how it can apply in certain situations for them. Um, so, do you share your dreams with them, your plans, your goals, the things that you've learned with your kiddos? I don't know about you, but my parents didn't share it with me. They didn't tell me, like, oh, yeah, I dreamed about this when I was younger and it didn't happen because of this, but then I tried this, like, we just didn't have those conversations. I have zero idea what my mom's dreams are, like zero, or what they were anyways. I had no idea what she wanted to do. I had no idea. Like, I mean, obviously I know what happened, but I had no idea like if she had any goals, like does she have any desires, did she have any life experiences that were awesome, like nada. And so I think that it can be awkward, right? Like we're like, why would I share my dreams? Like it's easier to have that conversation with somebody your own age sometimes, because you're just talking about life and you're in the same season. But I think it's important to share, like, hey, because for them it's like, oh my gosh, mom and dad dream too. What? Like, it's like when your kid sees a teacher outside of school and they're like, oh my gosh, my teacher exists outside of school, like, and their just mind is blown because they're at the grocery store and they're, it's like unreal to your kids. The same thing it is about like sharing your dreams. And so are you able to leave a legacy because you're sharing your dreams with them, you're sharing your knowledge with them, your experiences, your plans, your goals, and then how, like, most importantly, how you plan on doing those things, or like what you learned from the things that didn't happen because of XYZ, or the things that you tried and it didn't work out because of XYZ. Do you give them the opportunity to learn from you? Like, I think when we don't share, we're making that decision. And this is the number one thing that I'm hung up on right now, is taking away the opportunity for people to decide for themselves. Um, I have learned, I don't know what it was, that was an experience I had to where I was like, you know what? Like, if I choose to not even ask the person, if I assume that this is what they want, then I'm taking away their opportunity from them being able to tell me yes or no. Like, even if I think that it's a hard no, I'm taking away their opportunity from them because I'm making the choice for them, I'm not even bringing it to them. So, by not like having these conversations with your kiddos, and you don't have to like sit down, you can just be like, when you're out for a walk and it reminds you of something, you're like, man, like, or you guys are going rollerblading and you're like, man, I used to want to be like a champion figure skater when I was 9. Like when I used to watch the TV and I had to like actually go up to the TV and change a channel, and grandma would watch it all day long, and this person was their favorite, and I used to, skate around in the living room in front of the TV. Like, these things your kids like they like love. Um but if you don't share that with them, then they don't even know to ask you about it, and you're taking away the opportunity to share that moment with them. One, two, they don't realize that you have these things, and it's so like hard to grasp because we're like, well, I mean, like, common sense, like they would know that I have dreams or that I've done that, but like they don't, you know even teens, because you don't talk about it. Like, I don't, as a teenager, remember ever thinking, I wonder if my mom had dreams. Or I would just assume, like, man, never had any dreams for herself. Like, that sucks. Like, how do I even approach her with the things that I want to do? You know what I mean? So, if we don't talk to our kiddos about it, then we're taking away that opportunity, and that sucks. Like, I don't really have any better words for it. It just sucks that they don't get that opportunity to be like, yeah, tell me more about that. Or, like, what was that like? Or, you did that? Oh my gosh. Like, it's just so fun. But yeah, so like, I love this topic. I'm just so like pumped about it because I'm really like, it makes me feel like um everything that I do in motherhood has value. And I think somehow I struggle with that a lot. Like, I struggle with, feeling like I have to do more, or something big, or something monumental, or something that is noticed, or something like, I don't know, just out of the ordinary, because all the daily things that we do feel so ordinary that it doesn't feel special. Like, it surely couldn't be a legacy giving, or it couldn't be life giving to my kids. But a lot of the things that are ordinary give more life to our kids than the things that are extraordinary. What? That should be a quote. A lot of the things that we give to our kids in life that are ordinary are more life giving than the things that are extraordinary. Oh my gosh, that should be a quote. Anyways, you guys should quote me. Throw it up on IG stories or whatever. Tag me. I don't care. Don't tag me. Use it. Tell your kids that. I don't know. Tell yourself that. I'm going to anyways. Um, but I think we have a hard time with that because it's every day, and it's, we're in the routine, and the days are long, right? And it doesn't feel like we've made a dent in anything, especially the laundry. But I'm really pumped about this idea because at the end of the day, I can look back. If tomorrow was going to end, or if I was to get sick, or something was to happen to me, I always think about, like, what am I leaving behind? And I feel like I have peace and a sense of happiness about it, because you know what? Like, it would suck balls. Like, it would suck. I want to watch my kids grow up, and I want to, do all the things. But at the end of the day, because I'm sharing the things that I know, because we're having the hard conversations, because I'm choosing to invest in myself and then share that knowledge with them. Like, mamas, if you are not investing in yourself, like, I don't know how you're surviving right now, because I had a hard week a couple weeks ago that made me realize, like, dang, like I fell short in just a small season, like, and let things slip and put myself way, 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 like, not even on the burner, girl. Like, I was like on the floor by the ice chest, like, I don't even know, in the backyard, garage, something. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. But the idea is that I did not take care of myself. Like, I was putting myself way last, way behind everybody else and all the things. And I know that as moms, we thrive when we are being poured into. And you hear me talk about this. I'm going to continue to talk about this, like, until you guys, like, get it in there, because I still know that I have a hard time digesting it. Like, I don't listen to my own self, right? Like, I'm putting this podcast telling you, like, this is what you need to do, and I don't even do it because it's so dang hard. Like, it's so hard. But you have to invest in yourself, and you have to make self growth important. Making, whether it's like, you know, Bible study or a devotional that gives you life, or like I've been writing my like 5 things I'm grateful for every morning, and that has really given me life. And there are days that I don't do it. There, like, I mean, life is crazy, so don't try to do things 100%, like, oh my gosh, this year I'm going to sign up for all these seminars, all these things, all these conferences, all these, blah blah blah. But like, plan a mom's night out once a month, like, and it be with women who actually build you up, that don't like trash talk their husbands the whole time. And um you know get away from the kiddos. Speaking of my fussy little baby over here, right? But you know that's how you're going to be able to leave that legacy for your kiddos, because not only are you going to feel great, but in turn, they're going to benefit from you pouring into yourself, because it trickles down and benefits everybody around you. And this is something that just came to my mind, but whenever you've gone to a funeral, you've never heard somebody get up on the podium talking about somebody who had just passed, that they admire, that they love, and being like, you know what, man, Uncle Josh, he was killer. He created a multi-billion-dollar business. He was like, like, and then just he sold 700,000 products. He created a statue, like, like, they don't, like, it's the little things, like, it's he created this business, but he was so kind. Like, he was giving. I used to volunteer at the soup kitchen with him. I used to go ride my bikes every day with him. It's like those things that like live on in people forever. So, anyways, I just found this so inspiring to myself, because like you, I struggle with, what am I doing? Like, am I really impacting somebody, and is it making a difference? Is what I'm doing now good enough for my kiddos? Is, like, are they going to remember me? Are they going to, do I need to, like, leave a business behind? Do I need to do something to make them proud of me, to be like, man, like, mom really nailed it. Mom's killing it. She's awesome. But it's like the little things. And maybe you don't struggle with that like I do. But being somebody who is very, like, entrepreneurial minded, and I want to, like, build the things and do all the things, and I'm really creative, and I want to create things and leave behind things. Sometimes I feel like it has to be tangible, and when it's not there, I feel like I'm failing. But then this one day, when I just saw this video pop by, I was like, man, it's so much more than that. Like, it's the everyday things. It's the ordinary things. Like I said, it's not the big things. It's the little things that leave big impressions on our kids, that in turn make our kids make big waves in the world when they grow up. So, anyways, I just want to leave you with that thought today. I hope that that was helpful or inspiring to you. I'm going to get to my little fussy man over here. He's ready for a nap, and I got to get lunch down to my other skiers who are probably starving right now. But I hope that was inspirational to you guys. I hope that was beneficial. I hope to catch you guys next time. See ya.